What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're working on my video editor, and the plan is to work on some form of subtitle integration with the editor. So the pitch is I produce 2-hour VODs every day from these streams. VOD 2 hours is a long time if people are trying to keep up. Maybe there's some way to cut it down into some like 20-minute segment that's like representative of the real thing. I don't want like the full VODs to go anywhere, but like maybe we can like supplement them with like shorter versions. I'm not really sure. I want to like experiment with that type of content. And I Googled like Linux edit video, and I got like into like KDN Live, and I tried like cutting down a video, and it was like, oh, this is hard and this takes time. Like it would take way more time than it would take to actually generate the VOD, right? At the very least, if I was like perfect at clipping stuff, I would have to watch the whole video. And that's like 2 hours. I'm like, I don't want to spend an extra 2 hours on this if I just spent 2 hours on this. Right? So the goal is, how can we like make this go faster? And the thought is, here's a little ASCII renderer of my imaginary video editor. So the thought is we have like a timeline on the bottom, a video in the top left, and a script on the top right. And the idea is that like in the same way where you can grab the timeline and you can scrub around that way, you can grab the script and you can scrub around that way. Where we're at right now is we have a video editor that like loads the audio waveform. You can like scrub around in here, whatever. Calling it an editor is a little bit strong, but it is something. And if I like go into like an area of this guy that I want to clip, I can go like, oh, I'm going to control click here. I'm going to control click here, and I'm going to control click like over here or something. And we can like play this back. And it's like gives us like a little preview of what would be transcoded. If I hit Control S to save, this gets like exported into a JSON file, which is like our save format right now. This might change, this might not change, I don't know. But I wrote this like little shitty script that basically says like, I'm going to construct an FFmpeg command to like take those clips and turn them into a video. So if I like run this thing on that video, and then exeg open out mkv, we get this video that we just previewed. And I think that's the same one. I didn't actually look too carefully, so I'm not positive that I copied everything right, but I think that that's the right stuff. So that's where we're at right now, and as of yesterday, we started working on trying to integrate OpenAI Whisper as a like way to generate subtitles based off the video. We're getting kind of close. We're like, there's a bunch of hacks in here, but it does kind of do something. So let's see if we can build and show that. I think we called it short VOD. It was like this version of a video from a few days ago that's like resampled at 16,000 kilohertz, because that's like the sample rate that OpenWhisper is expecting.
Yo, what's up?
And
Welcome back, everybody.
hold on a second.
Today we're working on my video editor, and the topic for today is trying to work on a little bit of like a fancy timeline implementation.
Okay, so there is something in here, right? We see for today there is trying to work on a little bit of a fancy timeline implementation. Pitch for the
So pitch for the project is that I stream most days.
Right, so like there's like something in there, but it's not as good as what we got when we were trying to work with the Whisper API like directly without integrating into our app. So I kind of called it at the end of last stream because I was like struggling to figure out why these subtitles like weren't perfect or like weren't very good at all. And I found the bug. But I think I'm going to replay how I discovered the bug so that it's complete, and I think it's like kind of interesting, so we'll do that. So I think the first thing we need to do is fix the subtitle generation. Then once it's fixed, then we can like pull out word level timestamps. I think that we have to like somehow get the script, maybe the timestamps too, into like the app state that we like pass over to the GUI side of things, right? So we need to like render it in here. Then we can like render it. Then try to correlate that text some way. So like when I click on some text, how do I get the player to see to that position? I'm not really sure yet if I'm going to do that on like the GUI side or on the Zig side, not really sure. And then once we've got that, then we can like show the current position in the render text. That's the goal for today. I don't know if we're going to make it all the way here. It depends on how much I can like buckle down and just like bang shit out. So I don't really know how much I want to do that right now. So we'll see. We'll see where we get. We'll just start moving and see what happens. Yeah. Okay, so subtitle generation. I realized after hanging up the call, the call is so stupid. After hitting the stop streaming button, I realized that we could just listen to the audio that we're feeding to OpenWhisper or OpenAI Whisper. So there were like a bunch of unknowns here, right? We were like extracting some frames from FFmpeg. We ask FFmpeg for like frames of data, and he goes like, here's some audio, and he would give us like some amount of audio, and we're trying to feed some other amount of audio into Open AI Whisper. So here we said, okay, let's just do like 8 seconds for now, just to make sure that like we have like enough context for it to do enough. And so we would like consume frames until we got 8 seconds of audio data, shove it into like this buffer, and then eventually we would go like, oh, okay, we've like filled up the buffer. Let's call like the Whisper API. And so we were like looking at like, well, are our parameters to Whisper the same as like what we were using in the example program? What's going on here? And then I was like, what if our data's bad? So we can just construct. What I did was I went here and I said, after one frame, one chunk, let's break out and construct like a player, like an audio player, and just try listening to what the fuck we did, right? Because like here we have an audio buffer full of audio data, and so like if we play it back, what does it sound like? So I think it's over here somewhere where we have audio player who's initialized with some init params. We can just go audio player init with init parameters, and we know that we're channels. One channel format is audio F30 format F32. We can hard code this shit because it's just like, sample data or like a scratch code. We're just trying to figure out if it sounds okay at all. So we hard code channels, format, sample rate. We construct our audio player. We say var players equal this player dot start. This probably has to be try, and then we can just push a frame. So we can like kind of like reformat this buffer into like an audio frame thing. So this audio frame is kind of like tied to FFmpeg output. Specifically like the fact that we have this like pool of frames and they have frame IDs, and we like put our frames back in the pools when we're done them, and like we might like free this data, blah blah blah. But we can just kind of like fit this to the point where it works well enough, and then because we won't really care if it's not perfect, we just need to like hear something. So I think we can do like player dot push frame, and we like construct an audio frame with info equals what's in here? Stream ID. So stream IDs, who fucking cares? Format is equal to like, this is just all this stuff again. Format, sample rate, num channels. So would be num channels is 1. This is all right. Then out here we have num samples. So how many samples did we pull in here? We have, I guess the size, we have like our buffer position if we break out a little earlier. And we can just divide that by the size of a sample. So we can do like buff pause over 4. Let me guess, using Whisper was a huge pain in the ass, called it. It's actually not that, it turns out. It turns out that it was using FFmpeg, which is a pain in the ass. Also been called by many people, but we'll see. Then we can fill in the channel data. So we're supposed to have an array list with like as many buffers as there are channels. So maybe we'll do this. We'll say const channel data is equal to this, and it's just some allocator, and we can just try channel data push audio buff. There we go. There's the data that we need. Anything else? PTS we need to set to something, so we'll just set it to 0. I don't think it's used in there, but we'll see. And is there anything else? Frame pool and frame ID. So I think we can just say that this is undefined. Because I don't think, as long as we don't try to or de-init this thing, this won't be used. And I think that's okay. We'll see if this works. I'm not 100% sure. I know that it's possible to get something because I got something yesterday, but I'm just not exactly 100% sure on what it was. If true, break. Stood array list in it. Oh, because I need to specify the type of the array list. Of course. Not quite. No, it's not called push in this language. It's called append. And then expected, this needs to be this. A bunch of slices. Expected 2 arguments on audio player in it. Really? Audio player, oh, maybe an allocator. Maybe I should actually read it, right? We could check what the arguments are instead of just guessing. That's probably a little smarter. It is an allocator. Error is ignored. God damn it. Fuck. Fuck.
Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome back, everybody.
Okay, hold on. We were accidentally playing twice at once, so let's make sure that, here, let's add a sleep in here. So, stood time sleep, maybe like 10 seconds. Just so we only hear what we're feeding to OpenAI Whisper, whatever the fuck.
Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up?
No, why aren't you sleeping? Hello? Hello? What's going on there? Main, Whisper. This is supposed to... Oh, this is 10 milliseconds. It's supposed to be 10 seconds. Because nano to second is a billion, not million. Billions of seconds, or nanoseconds.
Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome back, everybody.
Right, so listen to that. That's just fucked.
Today we're working on my video editor, and the topic...
Just fucked. It sounds almost like there's just missing data, right? Like, it's playing too slow, and it's crackling, which is kind of like an indication that there's, like, just missing data. And I did just, like, find the bug while I was debugging this yesterday, because I wanted to, like, make sure that that was the only major showstopper. And it was basically just that we were calculating... We did, like, some, like, absolutely brain-dead calculation for data length. We were like, okay, so there's, like, a line size, which is, like, FFmpeg's, like... It's kind of saying, like, this is, like... For a video, it's the pitch. For a video, it's like the pitch of a frame. So for each row, there might be like extra data on the edge of the side, or of the edge of the frame. For audio, I don't really know what it is, to be honest. But I do know that when I looked at it, first of all, we were like dividing it by number of channels, because like before we were just like experimentally figuring it out. We were like, okay, so the line size is 2048 and our sample size is 1024, and we have 2 channels, so it must just be this. And then we added an assertion here, and I don't know why. At some point, I deleted the assertion, which was like fucking stupid. But we were asserting that we know that the length should be the number of samples that they're giving us and the size of a sample. So let's just try that. And if we try that, can I like? I guess we'll just go back to here. I think that's what makes most. Oh, fuck. I think we'll just go back to this commit. Stash git reset hard here. Git stash pop. If we run with that fix, I think it sounds okay.
Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome back, everybody.
Look at that.
Today we're working on my video editor, and the topic...
And you can see that, like, this is just way fucking better now. Like, this is just, like, perfect. Right? This is really good. And so, yeah, that's the fix. That's the fix. And he's like, yeah, somebody said, given that audio Whisper was actually pretty good. And it's like, yeah, I'm actually surprised that it got anything at all based off of, like, the shit we were feeding it. So, pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Oh, and beam search evaluates multiple possible sequences. Oh, right. Okay, so last stream, we were comparing the difference between the default parameters and what was fed into like the example application, and we saw this like parameter that was like greedy or beam search, and I didn't know what either of those things are. And somebody in chat is telling us the answer, and he's saying that it evaluates multiple sequences at each step, keeping a set number of best options to potentially lead to more accurate results. Beams. In contrast, greedy search selects the single most probable next step at each point. Sure. Okay. So one of them is like I have like a bunch of options, and I'm gonna pick I'm going to try to keep some amount of history here of like the next best options, because I might discover later that as I accumulate more data, some of the things that I thought were worse before actually turn out to be better. Where greedy is just like takes the best. I see. That makes sense. Good to know. Thank you. Good info. Okay. So that's kind of all we had to do to fix that bug. So I think that we should be able to just like delete this now. And take this break out, and let's kind of see if we can like run through the whole video and like get all the subtitles and then move on. I think that should work. Did we delete the sleep? We did. We don't need this channel data either. This can go away. Let's see. Kyle, thanks for the prime. Appreciate it. I was looking today at dirty pages in my like mem info, and I was noticing that sometimes during the build here, I get like over a gig of dirty pages that have to get flushed, and then like somebody slows down my hard drive. So I did try changing like the flush,
Yo, what's up?
the like flush ratio before stream today. But it seems like it doesn't really fix it. It does seem like we are still linking for a long ass time sometimes, which is unfortunate. Unfortunate, but
What's up?
we'll try something
Welcome
else
back,
tomorrow.
everybody.
Yeah. So it looks like we have some subtitles, and I guess probably we don't want to like block. We don't want to block the UI from starting on this, but maybe that's a problem that I can fix later. Let's see just how bad this is. 1, 2, 3.
Yo, what's up?
That's
What's up?
fine.
What's up?
We'll
Welcome
live with
back,
that for now,
everybody.
probably. Later I'll split it into its own thread, but for now we can just do this. Right, I wanted to, before trying to figure out how to like feed things around, let's see if we can get word level timestamps. So when we tested this yesterday with their like test executable, we did like main, I think it was -ml1 for saying like max length. So here we ran something and it did give us like word by word timestamps, which is looking pretty good. And what was I gonna say? Right, we can just look at what the fuck do they do to do that. So we can look for main.cpp and look for -ml, which sets this max len param, which is used only in a couple places. Here and here. On where these are like the parameters for whisper that we run before calling whisper full. So I think that if we just set, it looks like we just set tokens timestamps to true, because max len is not 0, and then we set max len to 1, and it should be fine. Should be fine. Read possible disk slowdown during linking. Have you tried running IO top? Yeah, I have, and it does seem like LLD is just like slapping out data. Because like the executable is pretty big, but it feels like it should be faster. But it could just, yeah, it could be something. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll keep looking at it off stream. But yeah, there's definitely something going on there. Okay. Okay. What was I doing next? I was trying to get word level timestamp. So we said on our W params, we were going to set max len is equal to 1, and then I think it was token timestamps is equal to true. I think that's what we said. Let's just see what comes out there. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, sick. So that's pretty clear that that's working, and we're getting yo, what's up, what's up? Welcome back, everybody. Today we're working. Yeah, it looks fine. Looks fine. We can probably reduce this size. I don't know if it matters. We were at 8 seconds before as like trying to just see what happens. Let's drop it down to 3 like we saw in their like streaming example and just see if it still feels okay.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up?
I think we're missing data. Yeah, I think we're missing data for sure. Have you tried pointing at the output darkest RAM disk? I don't think they have enough room, but it's not a bad idea. I've done like the opposite as well, where I used to run at work this utility like VM touch, I think it was called, and it would just like hold an entire directory in cache and be like, don't you fucking ever let this get uncached, which is kind of funny. Today working on my video editor, and the topic for today is working a little bit implementation, so the pitch program. I'm not actually sure if this is right. Could just be that on like the 3-second boundaries, it's not perfect. We might need to like,
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up?
how do I say this? We might need to like overlap a little bit so that like things that are getting cut off at the end, if the word's getting chopped off, we should backtrack a little bit and make sure that we got the whole word. So probably we're gonna have to have some sort of like overlapping windows. But I think that I can handle that later. I don't really want to think about that too much. I kind of want to like just get something into the UI, and we can kind of like correct this later. Because if it's like good enough, then it's good enough. You know, yeah. If it's good enough, it's good enough. That's true. If it's true, it's true. Okay. So I'm not even going to bother timestamping that because that was so short. It's about fine. And let's figure out how to like actually collect these timestamps and do something with them. So I think. Oh, actually, we don't actually have the timestamps yet. We only have the words. We need the timestamps. But I think there was just a way to pull out the timestamps. So, because in their example, they're clearly using them somewhere. Print segment callback. So here is where they're printing the thing, where they get T0, and if there are not no timestamps or whatever the fuck this is, they get time 0 and time 1. I see. So this is just whisper full get segment T0 and T1. So we should just be able to const start is whisper get T0 full get segment T0 from context and I. And the end is this, except we have start and end being used for like timing info. So we're gonna say segment start and segment end. I don't know what type these are. What are they? And I is the wrong thing. This comes down here. So here, let's just we'll do the same thing where we do like number to number. And then we say segment start and segment end. What are these things though? I64s. I guess we can figure it out pretty easily if we go back to main, their main. They must format these somehow, and they say 2 timestamp. So what is this? 2 timestamp. Where does this come from? 2 timestamp. Here we go. So in Whisper, they do T, so they're multiplying by 10 to get to milliseconds. Then dividing by this to get to hour, millisecond. Okay, so it's milliseconds over 10, or milliseconds. Centiseconds? I think decaseconds, centiseconds, milliseconds, right? Right? D for 10, C for 100, M for 1,000. So I think calling it decaseconds is kind of like a funny meme, and I think it's correct. I think. Okay, so let's go back over here where we are, and we're gonna say DC decaseconds. Decky or deca? Deca millicent. It's got to be decky, right? Metric prefix. Here we go. DECI. D's seconds. D's seconds for sure. Okay. Maybe it makes more sense to just call it DS because we use MS and NS and US everywhere else, but it's less funny here, so we'll just comment decky seconds. And then maybe like rolling eyes. Okay. So const segment start S is a float 32 of float cast segments float from int segment segment start. Why isn't it auto-completing? Because it's not a float from it. Oh, I probably lowercase the f there. Segment start or end s is this, and this is end, and then we have to put these as vars, and then segment start s divide equals by 10. Divide equals times equals divide equals. Oh, oops, these were centiseconds, because they had to timestamp to get to milli, so these are centiseconds. Yeah. Which means that this should be divided by 100. Yeah. Yep. Hey, I'm new here. Do you work for any big company? Not right now. And before I worked for like a minorly big company, but not that big. And then a startup. Then a startup. Both were fine. There's definitely different like pros and cons for small company versus big company. They both have cons, but they both have major pros as well.
Yo,
Okay, does that look like? Does that look right? Yo, what's starting at 0.23? I shouldn't have closed this.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
So yo starts at, or what's is starting at 0.23.
Yo.
No, that's not right. Fuck.
What's up? What's up?
Where does what's up start?
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Why does it sound like that?
Yo, what's up? Welcome back. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up?
It does seem like the what's up is starting at like 1 second. So what the fuck is going on here? Maybe our unit's wrong? Was I wrong? Get segment T0. Where is this? This is in main, is what we're looking for. Main CPP T0. And then they called to timestamp. Which was not defined here. This is defined in Whisper CPP. Up by a factor of 10? Like, maybe. I didn't think I was. T times tend to go to milliseconds. 500 should go to 5 seconds. Yeah, so divide by 100. Right? That's what they're saying here. Yeah. So what the fuck? What the fuck? Let me think for a second. Oh, you know what? Is this the first segment? 0 to 0. So the fact, like, we do feed in like 8 seconds of data, or we thought 8 seconds of data, and we are getting 8 seconds of timestamps. Let's see, at 2.1, it says welcome back. Let's see if that lines up at least.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back, everybody.
2.1 is like,
What's up? Welcome back.
that like almost lines up.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, the welcome lines up.
Today we're working on my video editor
And is at like 5.92 to 6.09. Yeah, okay. So I think that this is lining up. It just must be that at the beginning it was getting a little bit confused, maybe because like the start of the data is like a little bit, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that, but we don't have to debug it too much. It seems like it's like working a little bit. What's playing above your head in the stream? It's a maze. We need it for retention. How else are we going to keep your little stupid brains engaged? Not yours. I guess I shouldn't call my viewers stupid, because insulting you guys is fucking rude. But in this case, it is for the stupid brain. There's also the smart part of your brain, but this is for the stupid part of your brain that can't focus. But unfortunately, I get like occasional YouTube comments that were like, I will never watch this because I can't fucking focus with that maze above your head. Insulting is bad for attention. yeah. But what does it mean if I hate your maze? It probably just means that you're less stupid. Change the subway surface. I was thinking we do need a change at some point. Okay. So we have our word level timestamps, and then we have to do something with them. Which is what? I don't know yet. So let's think about like what is the flow of the application going to look like. I like watch the maze 100% and listen. Yeah, I mean I watch the maze a lot as well, so I don't really know. Like it's polarizing, and that's okay. It doesn't. Not everybody has to like everything. Okay, so we have our Zig thing, and he's in charge of like player state and frame decoding. So decoder, player state, like where in the video we are, and then we have like GUI over here. And he's in charge of like displaying stuff. So like maybe I'll just like, what do we want to show here? We're gonna like show our little UI. yeah, he's gonna have like his little timeline, and like some sort of like script over here. And I'm trying to decide like what he needs to know. So like, say we like click here, what happens? What happens when we click there? He could just fire over to this side, and he could say, clicked character 50, right? So I clicked the 50th character. And so he then will kind of like feed that into some form of like, I don't know, something that tracks like word timestamp thing, correlator. And so I guess then all we have to do from there is once we'll get a timestamp out of that, and we'll just like feed that into these guys and say, hey, could you like fucking jump to that position? That seems reasonable. Yeah. It creates a start of clip based off the timestamp from char 50. I think like start of clip is, yeah, I guess like when I control clip, it will do start of clip as well. So we're gonna have to, which gives us like two options. So that's one option, right? In this case, we're gonna need some new APIs. We're gonna need like seek, char, and then like clip char, etc. Right? Like clip char, edit clip char. Like everything that we do has to be like kind of like duplicated for the character interface. The other option is that the GUI knows where each character lives. So we could just like something that we do is every frame or every iteration of like our main loop, we like snapshot our like app state. And right now this guy has like he's got like pause and position, which is also called pause, but like a different pause spelt differently, and like length of the video in seconds. These are in like seconds. And so we could just give him what? Like text. And then what would we give him if we wanted to do word lookups? Like the because this is going over like the C boundary, it becomes a little trickier. Right, you'd have to have like some sort of complex data structure here for mapping of characters to timestamps. But okay, wait, hold on. We do already have this pattern of like renderer, like renderer, where we have like frames rendered by Zig but displayed in the GUI. And so what the GUI does is he like calls into this guy and he says like, hey, could I render a frame? And when he gets the app state, he calls it to this guy and he says like, hey, could I get the app state? So maybe instead of this being sent over to the word timestamp correlator, whatever, when we click, maybe this like returns back to him what the timestamp is, and then he can use all of the existing APIs to actually do the seeking. I think I like that. So that kind of indicates that we need some sort of like new class. I don't know if you can call them classes. I call them objects because objects are generic to any language. We don't have the class keyword, and I don't know if that means I'm not allowed to say it. But like I guess that kind of means that like this whisper thing, maybe we have this whisper object, and he just exposes a C API to him, and then we feed that to the GUI. Yeah, let's do that. So in our little C API, we'll just do like a, what do we need? We need a way to get from text to timestamp. Yeah, so we'll just do void, no, F32, no, float, because we're in C. It's a hard life here. Changing between three languages is like, it ruins your brain a little bit. Just a little. So whisper get time, and we'll pass in a whisper star whisper, and I guess calling it whisper is like a little bit wrong. right? Like what I usually try to do is I usually try to wrap my dependencies in a way where they don't leak. Right, so like say we were to say we don't like Open Whisper anymore. We want to use a different subtitle generator. Like really the API should stay the same here. So we should call this like a word timestamp word. What do we want to what's like a name for this thing? Word timestamp correlator sounds like it's like a real mouthful. That's fine. That's fine. We'll just call it that. We will maybe fix the name later. Word timestamp correlator. Map? Map is a little better. Map. Yeah, okay. Even though it's not it might not be implemented as a map, we can just call it map. Word time, and then maybe we'll call this like WTM, word timestamp map. And we'll say just like get time. And this takes in a word timestamp map. And we pass in a usize, which is a uint64t. So that we have defined length. And we'll just say car pause. Okay. Yeah. You may want pre and post detected clip times to prevent clicking as note to future you. Pre and post detected clip times. Oh yeah, because like no, I'm not really seeing what you may want pre and post detected clip times. I don't know what you mean by detected here, because detected is like we set the clips right now. Unless you think that like unless you're saying that like in the future we might have AI tell us, but even then, because like I know the size of the. It says it started at 0.008 the subtitles. Oh, sure. But I think that what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna if I click on a character, if I click on the player or on the script, I want to go to exact position. But when I want to render the position on there, I can check. It's the other way. There's like there's the other way, like void WTM get pause. Get car pause. And he's going to take in like a float timestamp. And this guy returns a float, and this guy returns a usize, or uint64t. And what we can do on this one is just like, if between words, just set between words. That's kind of what, maybe I'm like, if that's what, maybe that's what you mean? I'm not like 100%, but I'm sure I will discover whatever you were actually talking about at some point when it pisses me off later. And then I'll be like, oh, I should have listened to the thing the guy said. Okay. But we'll just start with get time. We'll come back to this later. Okay, so when we create our GUI, we need to feed in our word timestamp map. Uh-huh. And it's probably fine for now. On our GUI side, we need to then say that we accept that thing. Word timestamp map. And we just do the same thing here. So we have what WTM is equal to WTM. This renderer pointer is like a disingenuous name. But it's just like this wrapper around void pointers that lets us like send them between threads, because Rust goes, oh no, raw pointer, I don't know what that is. Like, oh, I don't know if I can access it from multiple threads. Even if the API to it's like completely thread safe, it goes like, oh no, I don't know. Please, can you please tell me? He's like a little bit of a whiner there. But so I'm just calling it renderer pointer. I should fix that at some point. But for now, we will continue abusing it. So you just store this all over the place. Little pipe in, a little pipe in. And then on the Zig side, if you pass the subtitles to some LLM that should return you the timestamps of the most important, interesting parts, do you think it would deliver good results? That's definitely like an interesting idea. You could even train it on the parts that I considered interesting before that. I think that you probably want to do some sort of like, what do they call it? Multimodal neural network, right? Because like using, there are things like dead space in the audio, and there are visual cues too. Like all three of those things are like useful information. So there probably is something there. But I think that would be a project for me once I've decided like what my style is, because I don't really know. I don't know. First of all, I don't even know if I'm gonna do this. Right? I'm gonna like try up a little bit, or try up a little. What the fuck am I saying? I'm gonna try cutting some of these up a little bit. I just missed some words. And then we'll see if I like the idea at all. Because I might just find that I can't find any clip down that I think is reasonable. That just might happen. Okay. So on the zig side, we need to feed this into the GUI. So that's in main, I think. We construct our GUI. Just want to say it's nice to see someone just coding something because they like to. Yeah, it's pretty sick, pretty fun. I enjoy it as well, which is why I'm posting on the internet. I'm like, this is something that I would want to watch. Thanks, appreciate it. Good to hear that. Okay, so this is gonna take in Whisper, I guess. And I guess we maybe want to rename Whisper to word timestamp map or something, but we'll handle that later. Okay. So I guess here, what do we call it? We said we are gonna have some C API, and he is going to take this thing here, and I think that it's like pub export is the thing for this. Do I have to no mangle? Pub export. No, he automatically no mangles. So I just say function this thing F32 boom boom boom. And he takes in the map, which we called it void on the C side, but we can call it whatever we want on this side because it's just a void pointer. So we'll just say that we're taking in our own thing. How did we do this in the other areas where we did this? Pub export function. Yeah, we just taken ourselves by pointer. Okay, so Whisper. Wow, I really typoed that bad. That's like not even close. How did the P end up over here? Erp. There you go. Whisper. Car pause is a U64, and we return a F32. Okay. And then we just have to figure out what the fuck we do here. We just have to figure it out. So we're gonna have some sort of like map. Okay. What are we trying to do? We're trying to go from at each stage we get some sort of like start and times and word. Okay. Then we're going to like these are going to be like sequential coming out of the Whisper API. And we need to like one of the things that we need to do is just like concatenate all of these words into one giant string to feed over to the UI. What's the deal with the bracket file? Oh, I just typoed something at some point. I do this a lot where I try to press enter on right, and I press this thing like because it's right next to the enter key, and then that just gets stuck there, and I never fix it because I'm a lazy piece of shit. Okay, so we're gonna need like some big string, and when we construct that big string, we're gonna want to know. We're kind of gonna like adjust this stuff, so we don't really care about these words anymore, right? We kind of just care about like position in the final string that we exported, and then we can do something clever here. But probably initially we'll actually just do this, where we kind of put pause first, and we just sort by pause. Then when somebody asks us to pull out the time, we can just do a binary search. Now, how much does that make sense? How much does that make sense? Because when we go the other way, where we go from character position to word, when we want to go from word to character position, so from timestamp to character position. That's this. This also needs a timestamp. Oh no, we have timestamp. We have start and end here. We just have this. Okay, so when we're trying to go from a timestamp to this, we are going to. Oh, this is kind of nice, actually. You're in this kind of situation where these things are sorted in the same order, right? Position, start, and end. All three of those things are going to have the same sorting order, which means that we can just store them in order and then binary search for whatever thing we want. Yeah. That seems fine. And like maybe you could go, oh, you should use some sort of map thing later. But we'll start with binary search because it's like what? That's like logged n, right? And that's like not bad at all. Maybe there's something faster, but I don't think that you can get better than just bisecting. Yeah. That seems fine to me. Seems fine to me. So we just are gonna have like a const. Sample is the wrong word. Bounds. Character bounds. What is in this again? This is like. So it has start, which is an F32, end, which is an F32, and car pause is F32. Word bounds? And I guess this isn't just a character pause. We're gonna have to have like character range. So it's gonna have like car start and car end. And we don't really know that this is technically a word. Yeah, to Bob at the same time was saying the same thing. Token bounds seems pretty reasonable. Token bounds, or even like we don't even need to call it, we don't have to get that specific. We can call it like segment bounds, right? Because we don't know, like right now we're doing one token at a time, but we might decide later that we want to do multiple tokens at once. And so like calling it like a segment of text is totally reasonable. That seems reasonable to me. Yeah. And then here we will store these things as like an array list. So segments is a std array list of segment bounds. Yeah. You will get a lot of single quotes just noting that. I'm wondering if I care. Because it's going to inject a single quote every time I say any contraction, which is a little annoying. So the size of this list might grow to an unreasonable size if I use a lot of contractions. So we might want to filter those out, but we'll leave that as an optimization for later, right? Because I don't think there's any... You could do something like you could choose to like blend multiple segment bounds together, right? At the end, as like a post-processing step, you could like iterate over each segment and look for like punctuation only ones and then just merge them into either what comes before or after or both. But yeah, we'll just start with this and we'll see what happens. Okay, so when we're going through here, I guess we'll just start constructing our thing. So var segments is equal to some array list of segment bounds, and we initialize this with some allocator. We say if we fail, please destroy this thing. But we will not fail. We never fail. Everything always works, and we can assume everything will always work. Then every time we get one of these things, we just drop in here. So we have to be careful here because we know that we're feeding in like different timestamps. So we need to keep track of like when this audio buffer starts. So we can just we can just keep track of how many times we've pushed this whole thing. So we can say const num whisper invocations. I don't know if that's, is it C? Invocations? K looks stupid there. Yeah, I think it's invocation. With a C like that. Invocations. Yeah, alright. And then we'll just increment this every time we call whisper. I guess we don't need to defer this. We'll just drop this down here. Fuck it. Okay. And then our segment start now needs to be adjusted by that. So this is going to be plus equals however large our audio buffer is. So we can write that down as we can say like var buff size seconds is going to be this. This is multiplied by buff size s. for now, we'll just make it an even multiple of 1, but maybe later we won't do that. But that's okay. We can just start here. And then our start is just plus num whisper invocations times buff size seconds. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sure. So let's like just run that and see if that lines up. We should see it go from like 0 to 20 or something. He doesn't like time tamp map, which is reasonable. He wants to be a time tamp, time stamp. Time tamp. Did I do that anywhere else? No, looks like it's good. Looks like it's fine. He doesn't like that we didn't use these variables because we didn't actually finish writing this. So we'll just we're not calling this from the Rust side, so I don't think there should be any linker errors from us not defining this. Buff size s should be const. All right. I guess if I don't define the type here, it will be a comp time int, and it will work correctly on both of those cases, ints and nope. I could dream. Num whisper invocations. If we make this an I64, even then I think that we don't have to do like any casting. Yeah, nice. Missing field segments, so 146. We store the segments. Boom. Chilling, maybe? Long link time. As usual.
Yo.
Okay,
What's up,
so does that look right? So here we did like an 8-second chunk, and then we're still getting 0.08, which is a problem here. This should be at 8 seconds. What did I do wrong? Oh, because this is in centiseconds. Fine. Fine. We'll multiply by 100 to get back to centiseconds. If that's what you need from me, that's what I'll give you. Dun, 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 dun. You know what's crazy? I bet you, let's see if we run with our mock UI. Fuck. We can't run with the mock UI because we didn't define our functions correctly. But we can fix it. We can fix it. We can just fix it really quick. Really quick. What was this thing called? Word timestamp map. I think that's the only change we have to make. Oh, I can't do trailing commas in this language? Fuck. I want to see if this goes like way faster because the binary is way smaller and we don't link with eGUI.
Yo, my video editor.
Yeah, that looks like it's working. That looks like it's working. If you guys are curious what the fuck this is, I have this like fake version of the UI that runs during linter, like when I run my linter script. So I like run under Valgrind, and when running under Valgrind, I want to like simulate basically all of the things that the GUI could do just to make sure that we're not like accidentally leaking when we seek or something stupid like that. So I have this like mock version of the GUI that implements the same GUI interface, and it just like specifies like a list of actions it's going to take, and it takes them at some point, which is kind of fun. Fun little hack. So that's why when I can compile with that, and then like this thing is like 20 megabytes instead of 200, which is kind of like a fun little thing. Doing things off stream is cheating. I try to only do things that I think will be boring off stream, or like aren't long enough to make it into their own thing. I know it's kind of cheating a little bit, but look, if I'm sitting there and I'm like, I want to code, I can't cut myself off too much. I have to give myself something to do, you know? Okay, so it looks like these timestamps are correct. I think. And so we can do something. I forget already, but we'll get there. We're trying to ask for the timestamps from the GUI side. Right. So in Whisper, we have this thing, and all he has to do is he needs to look up the time. So m dot segments items, And I think the standard library actually has a binary search for us. I know we could implement it ourselves, and that would be in the spirit of this channel, but I don't want to right now. I don't want to. Binary. I'm sure that they have a binary search in there. I'm positive. Zig standard lib. Grinding, doc, reading, and checking compilations, working third-party stuff, that's exempt from the cheat rules. Okay, got it. I'm not going to listen to your rules, but now I know what they are. The Twitch police is on their way. They can't stop me. They will never stop me. Search? SE sort binary search. That's kind of interesting. I guess it makes sense for it to live in sort because it has to be sorted, but I would have thought it would be in std mem. That would have been my guess. Okay, sort binary search, and he takes in a comparison function, which is perfect. The type, okay, so the type is segment bounds. The key is key. The key is the car pause. Items is segments items. Context is void, I think? No. I think context is void. Compare function is sum function. Is it less than? Is that what they want? Why is this off screen? So they give me a context, a key, and a mid item, and I'm supposed to tell them if I am below or above the item that we're looking for. What if the thing isn't found? Returns null. Oh, so I kind of want something that's like almost like binary search, but not quite. Stable in place sort, sorts in ascending order. I want like the last element that is less than or something. Lower bound. Here we go. This is what I want. Returns the index of the first element in items greater than or equal to key. I want greater than or equal to, less than equal to. They give me a character position, and I'm looking for the first PTS that is above or below. Upper bound or lower bound? I guess it doesn't matter because the time between frames is so short. But I'm just trying to think, like, say that I had like 1 second between frames. What would I want? I would want to make sure that the whole word is said. So I want to go less than. So the first item greater than or equal to key, and then I subtract 1. I guess a lower bound and upper bound are like effectively the same because there's no equal elements in here. So it's the same shit. Oh no, because this is greater than, this is less than or equal to. So I want to find the thing that is equal to. Yeah. Okay. Lower bound. And now I need some sort of less than implementation. So we'll just say less than is equal to some struct. This is how you do inline functions in this language, which is kind of funny. You define a structure that has a function in it, and then you extract the function out. Oh, side note, I discovered I learned about something the other day. If I wanted to have like the equivalent of C's static x equals 4, right? Like, you know, some sort of like global variable that's in local scope. A kind of like fun side effect of the way that Zig works is you can do what is it, like const static is equal to some struct, and in here you can say like var x either equals 4, I think, and this will be a global variable, which is really funny because I think that this is a side effect of just how everything else works, because modules that you import are just structs, and so if I wanted to have a global variable here, this is like totally reasonable, right? And so like now if I like define a struct inline, it has all of the same semantics as importing a module. So just sticking a global variable in here like makes it's very funny, but it's like only accessible from here. So then you can just do like static.x, you know? Yeah, so anyways, kind of side effect. How are you using eGui and Zig? I am throwing all of the relevant information over a C FFI, and then in Rust consuming that. Yeah. Okay. So we need our lower bound function signature. Where'd it go? Here. Function, this thing. And he returns a bool. Yeah, this. Function, context is void, LHS is segment bounds, RHS is segment bounds, and we return bool. Okay. So we're binary. Oh, this is interesting. Do the types have to match? No, they don't, right? Key items is T. Key can be anything. So LHS is actually a car pause or a U64. Right? This is the thing we're looking for. And the right side is the thing that we're searching in, which is segment bounds. And so then we just say LHS dot car pause. Oh, so LHS is less than RHS car start. Maybe? So what'll this do? So say we have something at like characters 0 to 13, and then we have something at characters 13 to we should put round brackets here because round brackets are non-inclusive. 13 to 15, right? These are character positions. And say we are looking, we say the character at 13. This will give us an exact PTS. And what if we put 14? This will give us the first thing where it's not less than or equal to, so that'll still trigger. Right, so if we have like 15, 17 here, and we type in 14, he'll look at this guy and he'll be like, I'm less than that. He'll look at this guy and be like, I'm not less than that. He'll look at this guy and he'll be like, I'm not less than that, and he'll return this one. How do you recommend navigating a project with minimal documentation? I'm trying to work with GPU IRS, but having a tough time with it. Yeah, that one's kind of hard because you need like a lot of experience, I think, with just like knowing what coding patterns are out there and what types of things people are likely to do. Right? I don't know if you notice when I go into like GUI libraries, I skip a lot of stuff because I just like look at it and I go like, that doesn't seem relevant. And getting the intuition on what does and doesn't seem relevant just means that you have to try looking at those things. But I think like it's a good skill to like acquire. So I think you just have to like start digging and just make a guess. Find some entry point or some behavior that you know where it is, right? So generally you start by looking for like some log message, right? You go, oh, this thing isn't working. Why isn't it working? What are the symptoms that I found? And like then you just like start there and you go up or you go down and you go left and you go right until you find what you're looking for. And I don't know if there's like, I'm sure that there are like rules and suggestions you could follow, but I don't have them in my head. I just kind of like look at the page and I go like, oh, left. Like I just go left. I don't know. Unfortunately, that's the best I can do for you. I apologize. Okay, so we look for this element, and I guess can lower bound fail? Like, can he give it back? No, he's always gonna give me some index. And then we can just go lm. This is m segments items at lm, and then we just return the start. Simple, really. It really couldn't be more simple than that. It's weird how sometimes it just like comes together. Right? I thought this would be a harder thing to implement, but I guess not. Binary search, man, easy peasy. Okay. He says before checking if it works. We're gonna find out that this isn't simple later. Did I notice stood sort binary search? Yeah, I want something that doesn't require an exact match, so that's why I did lower bound. Because binary search requires, I guess, like, does a character position will always. I'm not 100%. I was thinking that there might be miss, but I guess it's possible that for timestamps there will be missing, character positions there won't be. But anyways, doesn't. I don't think it really matters. I'd rather just have like the lossy, leaky thing at this point. Okay, so we have to get like the text over here somewhere. We have to get the text over here. So this guy's also going to, as he goes, he's going to push the stuff in here. Did I push segment bounds already? No, I didn't do that part. That was the interesting part. But we also need the text. Will the index ever be out of bounds? Maybe. I'm not sure. I didn't check, and I did think that, and then was like, fuck it, who cares? But we'll fight that when it happens. Okay, so we have time in seconds here, and we have character positions here, kind of. So we know the character position is going to be like the text. So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to treat the text like an array list. And we'll just we'll destroy the array list when we finish. We'll like take the inner data out. But as we construct it, we'll just keep pushing this thing. So we don't know how much text there's going to be yet. So we'll just say this is like a bunch of U8s. And does this have like a append slice? It does. Sick. So we can just do something like const car start is equal to text items len. Try that, baby. Yeah, I should have. Get fucked me. I'll have to go back. I'll go back. Car end is car start plus something. Where does our text come from? S. So here we actually want this. We need to like extract the length from this thing. So we'll say const s len is equal to stud mem index of pause. No. Find. Search. First. Fuck off. How do I like just like linearly search something in stdmem? Index of? This is what I wanted. So I'm just looking for... No, I want index of scalar. Index of scalar. This sounds familiar. Yeah. I'm just looking for 0. Index of scalar. And we take in... This is U8, and this is S, and this is 0. Okay. And we will assume that this is set because it's a C string. And it's just what you gotta do. And then we need to copy this thing in. So const segment is equal to segment bounds. Start is equal to segment start S. And is equal to segment end S. Car start and car end. Car end is the car end. If it's the end, it's the end. That's what I always say. It's my motto. Believe it or not. Say it every day, all day. If it's the start, it's the start. If it's the end, it's the end. And I'm not lying. Let's append the segment. Nope. Segment's append segment and try text.append slice s from 0 to s len. All right. Maybe. Might be right. We need to write that. We need to fix that try. I actually don't know if there was a thing to actually fix the try. I think it's fine. It's not fine. Expected type constituate found star C constituate. Well, if I'm not allowed to look for the thing in the thing, how do I find the end of the thing? Oh. Zig language reference. I think they talked about it in here somewhere. Oh, can I just say that this is a sentinel terminated constituate? Does that fix this? No. No, I don't. Okay. There's fuck off. Let's look for star C. How do I convert this without knowing the length? Oh, you think that maybe I do this? What does this star mean again? A many element pointer? Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, found this, expected that. So how do I like convert sentinel terminated arrays? I want to turn them into a non-sentinel terminated one. There's a way to do it, but I don't remember how. Oh, do I just type array len? No, he says array is 4. I'm allowed to access it. How do I know the length? Mem span. Okay. This is something that I just like hard code in my memory. So it takes a sentinel terminator pointer and returns a slice. How is this implemented? This is like, oh, it says right here. Len pointer. Ah, stood mem len. Takes a sentinel terminator pointer and iterates it with the memory and determine the slice length. Star C pointers assumed to be non-null and zero terminated. Oh, okay. Okay, wait. So I can just do this. Interesting. I didn't know about that. This is a new feature unlocked. Yeah, we can just do this. Stood mem len. Perfect. Perfect. Is that going to be the index of the 0? Yeah, it will. Do you like Zig or Rust better? They're both cool. Right now I'm having a lot of fun with Zig. It feels like freeing in some ways. Oopsies, these should be use sizes. I don't know if I can say that one is better than the other. I think that for like working by myself on stuff that isn't important, Zig feels quite good. Hold on. What is this? There's like a consume. There's a way to get from like an array list into a pointer. Array list. Oh, fuck. Array list. Array list aligned. Where is the like... Take, swap, remove 2 owned slice. That's what I'm looking for. 2 owned slice. And I guess I try that, baby. Yeah, I think I like Zig better right now for like personal projects because there's like I don't have to worry about say I double free. Who fucking cares? Right? I'll fix it, right? Like my approach to working on things by myself is just like I don't have like project trackers, I don't have like milestones, I don't have like things that have to work at certain times. It's just like I'm going to do the next thing, and as I do the next thing, I'll just fix whatever comes up and fix whatever's the most important. And if I hit a seg fault, it's not like, "Oh my god, we like hit this like we are wasting time on when we were supposed to be like working towards this milestone." That's like not a problem, right? So one, that's not a problem. Two, I think that when I'm working by myself, I can kind of like work in a way where I don't have to worry about that type of thing. Like, I think that like I would guess, I don't actually know because I haven't worked in like a C style language with many coworkers. Like I did write like kernel drivers and stuff at one job, but like those were pretty much like you owned it for the most part. And so I don't have to like worry about like coworkers doing something stupid, right? I don't have to worry about like my coworker making like a brain dead API that I can't guess how to use correctly. Like since it's just me, I can guess right. And so like the consequences aren't that high. I think the likelihood of things happening is not that high. And it allows me to like prototype things quicker, which is nice. But I think that if I were to start a company, I would probably program in Rust because like as soon as I'm working with other people, all of a sudden I'm like, I don't want to worry about when I'm reviewing your code if I have to do something stupid, like if I have to check for some stupid memory deallocations and stuff. Like I just want to know that it works and it's great. But I don't know that I could be wrong about that. I would have to work with more people on this type of thing to get a better feel. Because like there are real advantages to running Zig over Rust. Like there are like the freedom that you get results in you not having to take expensive abstractions when you don't need to, right? Like the fact that in Rust you can't just have a static variable in global space that you can modify, right? You need to like do all of this like finagling to make it something that you can access from multiple threads, even if you know that you're going to set it once before those threads are started. Now all of a sudden you need to like atomic this thing or mutex protect this thing. It's minor, nobody actually cares, right? But it is like there are real advantages, and so I would have to think about it. Um, but like, and then also like the language simplicity is just a joy. Like, it's so hard for me to do anything and be like fuck you Zig. It's it's always fuck you me, which is great, right? I more responsibility but less like frustration. Where when you're working with like Rust, you're just like this putting so much constraints on me, which is great, but it's also frustrating. So most early companies often use to iterate on products often, though I'd argue that Rust is not good for that. But I would argue that yeah, I'm not really sure. There must be some like I wish that Rust had a mode where you could just say like fuck off. Right? Like if you could just write Rust and disable the borrow checker, that would be so powerful. Because then you could just like on commit not do that, but as you're experimenting, just be like, I don't give a shit, just let me do what I want. That would feel like very, very nice, which I guess is what unsafe is, kind of. I guess you could just write more unsafe code. Yeah. And then just not use optimizations and don't be scared of undefined behavior. Maybe that works. Maybe. Something to experiment with for sure. You know, you've made it as a stream when you talk about the code more than you write the code. Hey. I think that I write more code than I talk about it. I think that I just occasionally take a 3-minute break. I can take a 3-minute break sometimes. It's okay. Well, we're 2 hours of progress, 3-minute break. It's fine. I'm not a what do they call them? I'm not a commentary streamer. I'm a coding streamer. I do the thing. Okay, what was I doing? Speaking of doing the thing, expected type U64 found segment bound. So this is at 5:30. So this less than thing is just not doing. Wait, no, sorry. What the fuck am I talking about? This is at LHS U64. Yeah. So this is wrong. So this is like segment bounds as well. I'm confused. Streamer react harder, please. I'm sorry. This is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for lower bound. Lower bound. Key, any type, are just T. Yeah, so these are allowed to be different types. And is my key not my U64? Oh, maybe it's U size, not U64. What does the error message say? Maybe I can read the error messages. Expected type. Yeah, so here they're. Oh. They have it the other way around. They have it the other way around. They're calling less than context items at this position key. Okay, let's try swapping them. I'm actually wondering if maybe we're supposed to use U sizes for both of these. So this is car start left then RHS. Let's see if this works. I don't think it will. I think that we're just gonna have the same fucking problem. Does it make sense to pass in a context as the context is our M segments items, and then we just work in indices? But I'm missing something obvious here. This feels like what's supposed to happen, where I have a key and a value, LHS U64 first, I think. That's what I did originally, though, and that didn't work. Because here they're passing in items mid as the LHS. I guess we just go look at the fucking implementation. Lower bound. Key, any type, items, context. And then they only ever call less than with items thing then key on the right. So this function signature is just fucking wrong, right? 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 Am I high? Like the RHS. Yeah, this needs to be flipped. But they just only ever tested with the same type. Returns, right? I'm not missing this, right? I just need to, okay, so we can just do this. We can just do this. We just yoink this bad boy and slap him here. It actually turns out that this is not very difficult, right? They're just saying while left is less than right, you find the midpoint, which is left plus like the average of them. If we are less, if the item is less than the key, then we go up. And if the item is otherwise, we go down. Yeah, so all we have to do is just swap the definition of here. And then I think it works. And then we just don't call std sort lower bound, we just call our lower bound instead. Expected type this, found that. Comp time T type. Key, any type. Items, this thing, okay. Oh, oops. Oops. Oopsies. Oopsies, this way. Okay. That builds at least. Whether it's right is another question. We could write the word test here, or we could just fucking run it and see what happens. Let's just start, I guess, by maybe calling... this doesn't have to be public up here. Let's just start by maybe asking... We'll look at the text that we got out, and we will then pick a position in that text and look for the timestamp and just see if that lines up. As long as here we print the segment. So here we'll have like a visual thing that tells us, oh, we need to know what the thing is. So we'll also print the string here. Yeah. Yeah. Sig build and run. I guess we can probably... Why? Oh, yeah, here we go. We'll run this one. No UI. Okay. So
video editor.
If we try to look up the character at 16, we should get 8e negative 1. Yeah. So let's do that. We'll look up character 16. We will look up character 16. So just here. See WTM get time. And we pass in whisper. And we ask for the thing at 16. 16 time is this, which is a number. And we print this like this.
Your video
1.05. So something's wrong here. We want end, not start. We want the last thing where it's less than the end, not the last thing where it's less than the start. Which should just be an easy little fix. Nice. This is fixed in... So they swapped the order instead. So did I do it wrong? I might have done it wrong. Says it's fixed in 0.12. I'm in 0.12 though, am I not? I am using Zig012. Does Zig work with GDB? Yep. Not a problem. Oopsies. Car end. Oh, it's also, yeah, I guess it's possible that if I did this backwards.
My video editor.
But that just seems like it's working okay. 0.8. Let's try something on a border. So let's try 15 as well. Oops. Which was in main. Let's do 16, 15, and then I think the other one was 20. Let's just try all three of those cases just to make sure that it's sane.
My video.
0.8, 0.7, 0.8. I don't like that. I don't like it. The fact that they did the opposite of what I did is making me concerned that I did an oopsie doopsie. So let's go back and look at that a little bit. Whisper. I guess there's also a chance that lower bound isn't what I want. But, okay, so if the item is less than the key, then we set the left of our search region to the next element. And what are we supposed to we're supposed to return left. What did they do? Wait, isn't this the thing that... Did this introduce the bug? Is this what it looked like before? Yeah. Yeah, this looks like the introduction of the bug, huh? Yeah, I thought this was the fix. What were they trying to do? Lower bound, the LHS was passed on the right-hand side. In upper bound, the greater function needs to return greater than or equal for function to work. To fix both problems, define the functions, both functions in terms of less than. I see. Okay, so I guess we'll just think about why is this not working the way I expect? What does lower bound is supposed to return the index of the first element in items greater than or equal to key. So if I'm saying that I want 15 to map to the thing that has 15 to something. That means that I'm trying to remember I'm trying to remember so this means that the equals has to favor me. So I think that this is right? Because here, if say we have, something to 15, like 13 to 15, 13 to 15, and then we have 15 to something else. If we're returning the first item that is not less than this, then we shouldn't be using end. We should be using start, which is what we had initially, but we just kind of blindly changed it to match expected behavior. Now, let's think about this. LHS is the segment bounds. RHS is the key. So we're saying, hey, if our segment bound 15 is less than key 15, then we go to the right one. But that's not what we want. That's not what we want. We want if key is less than item. I feel it's like wait, let's read this again. Returns the index of the first element that is greater than or equal to key. Oh, so maybe that's fine. Greater than or equal to. Or equal to. So that means that you want to do like key items mid, not do this +1. Right, because then it's equal. But then how do you end up going to the right at all? This seems like it can like exit out by doing the same iteration over and over again. No, because mid will move. I hate having to think. we're back to just using our heads. So does the yeah, this doesn't error out correctly. Or not error out, I should say. I feel like this doesn't like exit condition correctly. Because this goes. So say we have like 100 elements. And we go like to 50, 25. Here, if we were like jumping to 25, our bounds are like 0 to 50. Maybe this is fine. Don't you want the +1 because it's a strictly less than function is greater than or equal to? That does sound kind of right, huh? Returns the first index of the element in items that is greater than or equal to. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. So if my key is less than items, then we return the first. Oh, right. Okay, wait. That is what we wanted. And then we subtract 1. We just subtract 1. We just forgot to do this. And then LHS is type of key, and RHS is T. And then he doesn't like this. Because what? My less than is used for type of key. I don't know if this was actually strictly necessary anymore, but whatever. This is what makes sense to me in my head right now. This is what makes sense to me in my head right at this very moment, and so it is what will happen. Even if it's stupid. Your 16, 15, 20 all give the same time. But we want 20 to go to the next one. Wait, what the fuck? Each of these goes 15.68. Which is just all the way at the end. So we're doing something fucking stupid. Something fucking stupid. I guess we'll go back to the way it was before. And we just go back to subtracting 1. Maybe the lower bound was correct all along. And I just forgot to do the minus equals saturating sub here. Maybe. Your video. No, this isn't what I want either. Upper bound? Do I just want upper bound? What's the function supposed to do? I'm just trying to like make it so that what? Yeah, I'm actually not even sure. Let's think that through. So you have segment 0 to 13, 13 to 15, 15 to 20. If I say 13, I want it to give me 13. If I want to say 14, I want it to give me 13. If I say 15, I want it to give me... sorry, I want this to give index 1, index 1, index 2. So what are my conditions there? If my key is less than, or is the key is less than the start, use that one. Biggest item where key less than start. Not less than or equal to. Is that true? 13, no, I do want less than or equal to. Okay. So does that mean I want upper bound? Returns of the first element item is greater than key. Yeah, I just did want upper bound. Because I'm trying to go past it and then -1. Stood, sort, upper bound. And does this guy have it right? Yep. Fuck. No, he does not. So we just do the same thing where we copy paste upper bound here. We paste it here, and then we fix the types. No, wait, this is right. LHS type of key. This one is right. Car pause, U64. Oh, it's here. This is wrong. Oopsies. Oopsies. Coding's hard, man. Edge cases, off by ones, get you every time. Okay, does that make more sense? 15 and 16 at 0.8, 20 at 1.05. Thank God, we finally got there. We finally got there. It took a second, but we got there. And we don't need to do this anymore because upper bound works. We did it! Let's go! First try! Yeah, first try! First try, guys! For sure! Okay, so now that we know this works, we need to go into the GUI side, render the text, and figure out which character was clicked on. Which means that we need the text to make it to the GUI in some way. Which means that we're kind of here. Oopsies. Replace. Oh, there we go. Okay. So that's gonna look like we have our apps Zig. He is going to need to keep a handle on this word timestamp map. Const reference. Nothing in this should ever change. So I think this is fair. Ooh. I guess theoretically later, we might see some updates to the thing as we render. But for now we're doing everything up front, so it's fine. But it's something to think about. Where eventually this is gonna get like initialization of the text is going to happen in a thread, and we're gonna mutex lock the thread and pull the current text out, which is fine. That's fine. So we'll just say that this whisper thing has to be a thread safe API. It just has to be a thread safe API, which is fine. And for now, when we snapshot our state, we have our snapshot thing, and he's just going to be text is represented as a const u8 on the Zig side. And we discovered when we did this before, when we have to do like 2 copies. How do I say this? We have like state, and then we have Zig and Rust. And these guys are on like different threads, and Russ is being like, hey, can I get this guy real quick? And then he like keeps a reference to him over here, and then he like returns him when he's done. He's like, could you free this guy? And Zig says every once in a while, like, hey, could you update this guy? And so because of the fact that like both of these guys are kind of like asynchronously working with this guy, like they just look at him for like a brief sliver of time. Both of these guys do copies in and out. And I'm trying to think, do I want to keep that in for this as well? I think I do. So we have to say that when we clone this guy, we are cloning the text as well. So we have const new text is equal to an attempt to duplicate self text, which is a U8 slice, which means that here now we have to error defer alec.destroy or free new clips. Alt F4, thanks to the raid. What's up, everybody? What is up? 1 second. Let me just finish this one thought, and then we can explain to you what we're working on. Okay. Does this build right now? It might. If we build right now, we're in a fucking chill. Fuck. Okay. Git status. Git add -u git commit -m smiley face. One second. I'm going to show you what we're working on. I need to show you. We need to show you. So go here and zig build. Okay. For all you people who are new, welcome. Hope you had fun over on All the 4 stream. What's up, you guys? We are working on a video editor. And the pitch is that if I want to take a 2-hour VOD and I want to cut it down into something that's like 20 minutes, how can I do that quickly and efficiently? And my thought is, if we were to auto-generate the text, and use the text as a way to navigate through the video, we could maybe cut something down very quickly. And so that's what we're working on right now. I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to build and show you the current state, but holy shit, this is taking a long time. But give it a sec. The computer's got to think. He's a thinking man right now. Can you tell us how to say her name? I say it's Spherophoria. This just came from like one time when I was like a child.
Whoa, what's up,
I hit random article on Wikipedia until I found a cool word, and now it's been stuck like that forever. Okay. Yeah, so where we're at here is we have this ability to construct like clips, and you can like go into these things. Oh, these are too long. Let's try shorter. So we can like take clips and we can like hit play and it like jumps between them. And I might have checked out the wrong commit actually, but let's just double check with the right commit. We can also like export those clips in JSON and like use FFmpeg to re-encode those clips, and it matches up with what we selected. That's where we're at right now. What we are working on at this very moment in time is the ability to generate those subtitles. So we have the subtitles here. Let's see if we can pull them out. Give them a sec to think again. We'll do this one. This one. Give him a sec, he's thinking. Fuck! Right, he doesn't compile, of course. Git checkout 1 back. Maybe here. We might not have a state that it's easy to demo this, but we have the ability to extract text with using OpenAI Whisper. Let's see if this comes out. Yeah, okay. So here is some text. We are now in the state of trying to take the timestamps for each of these characters, feed them into our GUI, click on them in the GUI, and then jump to the time that's equivalent. So we have this like map that we just added, where we can query. Oh my god, I'm at the wrong commit again. Whisper. We have this like function that is exported to like our C API that can like extract the current time from a character position. And now we're working on getting the text over into our GUI side of our app. Our GUI is written in a different language than our backend, whatever you want to call it, because fuck it, why not? And so we're trying to like get this state over. That's what we were working on when we got rated. So sorry, long-winded explanation, but it's okay. You might be building something that I've already been working on for a platform I'm making. That's kind of funny. I hope that it doesn't like undermine whatever you're doing. On the bright side, this is like just for me. I don't really give a like. I'm not want to like make a product. Products, that sounds like so much work. Maintenance. So I'm just building this for me, and we'll see what happens. What else? What else are you guys saying? That guy was making Linux-based OS and utilities from scratch. If you're talking about like, there was a screenshot that went of my YouTube page that ended up on Twitter a few weeks, like maybe like last week or a few days ago or something. So I think that it could be me. I don't know how that guy found me, but we'll live. We don't mind the attention. Okay. So we were looking at our app state, app.zig. And we take like snapshots of our app state every iteration of the decoder loop. And we just need to make sure that we're like keeping track of the text as part of that. Because then we like take the snapshot and we feed it over to the GUI side, and the GUI side says like, oh, hello, I will look at this text now. And it'll do something with it. But we don't know what yet. So we copy it in here. Here, when we go to crepr, we don't have a C representation of this thing yet. When we initialize this guy, we have to make his text have nothing in it initially. He will get set at some point. And then when we set the snapshot, we have to clone. This all comes for free. Okay. D in it, we also have to free self new text. Okay. And then we need to add it to like the C representation. So the C representation is just going to be const car star clips and then clips len. Do I want to null terminate? Do I need to null terminate? I don't think so. I don't think I need to null terminate because I think the Rust strings we feed in a length and it's fine. Everything's fine. We might need to do something a little intelligent here. Copying out the entire script every frame seems kind of fucking stupid. So I might not want to do that. I'm trying to think, is there a way to dodge that? Is there a way to dodge that? So eventually what this is going to look like is we're going to have like init thread. He's going to be modifying some sort of like buffer. Our like snapshot is also going to point to this buffer, maybe. Snapshot. Nap. And then we're going to have our like GUI. And these guys have to talk to the same thing. And these guys have to talk to the same thing. So on some thread, we are going to be like, on this thread, we are going to like lock our mutex and copy the buffer in. And then on this thread, we're going to lock this same mutex and copy the buffer out. And then you could be in this state where while this is out here, this needs to be replaced. So you do need to make a copy. Or the other option is to like ref count this thing. Ref count. So that like this, like in the happy path, while this guy is not changing, which is like the majority of the whole app lifecycle, this guy will be like, hey, I'd like to increment the reference. Snap goes, okay, I'm done with that guy. I don't give a shit. But like, I won't free him while you're holding on. And then the GUI will go like, okay, I'm done. Oh, I get to free him, I guess. But I don't want to do that right now. So I'm just not going to do that. Instead, we'll copy out the whole text every frame, and I will maybe implement the ref counting later. Because I don't want to deal with it. Do I like NixOS? NixOS is pretty cool. I wouldn't. It's one of those things. I use a lot of tools that I wouldn't recommend to other people, and NixOS is one of them. Right? I would never go to my coworker and say you should try Nix, and I would never go to work and use Nix at work, which maybe is like strong, but I don't want to be like that guy. You know, like if my coworkers don't have if my coworkers aren't already being like we should use Nix, like if they're already saying like yeah sure I'm down, but like I don't want to be like the person who's like, guys, we need to use Rust and Nix, and then like have all of my coworkers hate me, right? Like because like it's just like a new thing to learn for them. They're just like, I just want to like type make, and you're like, oh well, you need to like make this like NixOS config, and then like write some like Nix script to like pull in the right dependencies. It's just like I don't want to make them learn that. So I like it, but I don't think I would push it on other people, if that makes sense. Even if it's better. Vim is the same. Tmux is the same. Basically everything I use fits in that category. Oh, I'm so that guy, but abstracted away, so they don't really use it directly. Yeah, okay, that's a fair compromise. If you're like, if you're okay, there's another constraint that I didn't mention is that I don't want to be the build system guy either, right? So like, I want to like throw something into the world and then forget about it. And if I have to maintain the thing, then it's like, I'll do something else then. Don't make me maintain the thing I write. Please, my code's shit. Okay. So when we go to our C representation of this thing, we just do the same thing where we export clips comes from text len. This comes from text pointer and text len. And then when we come back from the C representation, its text is the text from 0 to text len. Easy. Okay, so that should build, he says, right before it doesn't build. But if it builds, then we can start like trying to display the text on the GUI side. Fuck! It never builds. It never works. We forgot to give the word timestamp map to this guy. Fuck! It never works. Because I typed new text somewhere where I should have just wrote text. You should make that your sub sound. That is very funny. And then set snapshot. I need to new snapshot clone. Where is this coming from? 199? 172. Oh, here. This comes from self, reps, WTM text. There we go. Seeing you Zig makes me want to. I haven't dived in it. It's super fun. Yeah, I like it a lot. If you're like a C, how do I say this? If you're a guy who like doesn't like language complexity and likes control, those two things make Zig like an absolute delight. Right? Like C++ and Rust, kind of like they give you the same level of control, but they are frustrating. C gives you the same level of control, but it's frustrating in a different way. But Zig's kind of like a nice little middle ground. That's pretty fun. If only I had some way to clip the sound. Yeah, if only there was some application where you could draw around like maybe a chunk of audio, maybe, and then you could like export that. That would be so cool. What was I doing? I was trying to build. We do build. And then so we were going to go over to the GUI side. And just every frame for now we'll just relay out the text. But we'll come back later. So on frame update, let's make maybe a panel that goes on the right side and sidebar? Oh fuck, my Rust analyzer isn't on because I keep running out of RAM. So we have to go the old-fashioned way and actually read documentation. It's a hard life for us over here sometimes. But we'll live. Sidebar, I think it's called? Nope. Panel? Side panel. And then we want something on the right to match our shitty UI mockup. And we'll call this script. Script. And in here we will just call C bindings WTM. No, we don't have to do anything. We just have the state here. So we look at the state text. And we just need to do std slice from raw parts. Can we go directly from a slice to a string, or do we need to get involved? You know, std stir. Is there like a from raw parts on this guy? From UTF-8. But this is using a slice already. From raw parts. Experimental. Okay, so we need to go slice from raw parts. And then from slice to string. Oops, wrong one. This one. Data and len. So this is data and len. Easy. And then can this fail? Nope. Let s slice is equal to this. Then we'll say let s stir is... Oh, wait, we have aliasing this language. Hell yeah, we can just fucking shadow the shit out of it. And I don't have to worry about it. From UTF-8 unchecked. Who needs to check? You know, we'll just let it crash. Or even better, have really fucked up undefined behavior. Stir from UTF-8 unchecked. And this is just takes in the buffer and returns a string. So this is S. Boom. And then we have our eGUI. Oops. I closed the eGUI docs, but I think we just want like a big ass label. UI label S. For now. Of course not. Of course not. Why would it compile? It never compiles. Fuck. Std pointer. Oh, because this is std stir. I don't know why I wrote pointer there. Expected usize found U64. So as usize, unsafe cast. Fuck it. Who cares? From UTF-8 unchecked in the past tense. No, not past tense. Past tense? Yeah. Unchecked. It's not a tense thing. Not a tense thing. Oh my god. He wants fucking. He wants U8s, not I8s. So can we do like Rust U8 to I8 array? Is there like a way to just do this for free? Do I just have to like fucking transmute? There's no way I have to transmute, right? Gross. So I just as const U8 here fixes it. Or I8. It's fuck. No, U8. Yeah. Call to unsafe function. Shut the fuck up. And we're chilling. Okay. You guys think it's gonna be there? Fuck. Short VOD. This is the one we want. Do you think it'll be there? It would be so sick if it was. Of course not. Of course not. Instead, we just get, what the fuck is this? Oh my god. It's like C++ compilers. Okay. What do we do wrong here? Double free detected. Double free. Where is this double free coming from? AppZig243. I just did something stupid. Self text is freed here, which seems fair. Oh, because we didn't assign it. Doop doop. Doop 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 doop.
Your video editor.
Oh fuck. We don't want the fake UI. We want the real UI. Real UIs around here only, please.
Yo, what's up?
Okay. That's the text. That's pretty sick. That is the text. Okay. Now what? Let's shove this shit in a scroll area. And maybe make it bigger. How do I make it bigger? Widget text. And then I want to galley it up, because this is what gives us this is the only reason I picked eGUI as my language, by the way, is because I want to be able to like pre-layout text and give like the size. So we want to get a galley somehow. And so we want to do something like layout job, I think is how you get this. So you say, like, I have some text and I want to turn this thing, I want to like figure out how to turn it into something that you can paint, which is just like a bunch of glyphs that sit at some pixel positions. And I think I do that through a layout job. So I say, here's the text that I want to render. And it'll have one section. It'll have all this stuff. But in here, I think, can we not say the font size? Where does the font size come from? Where does the font size come from? Not in here? Not in here? Text format. Oh, I just didn't click all the way down. I didn't go all the way down. Line height? Is line height the same as font size? Font ID probably has a font size. Yeah, here we go. Wow, it's a little deep, but we get there eventually. Layout job, something you get for $20 behind your local bar. Layout job. That's like some like hardcore shit, it feels like. Like getting them laid out. That's like, sounds like a lot, man. $20? They should value themselves a little more than that, I think. You know, but they're worth more than that. Okay. So how do we construct this layout job? Simple. Perfect. We're simple over here. So, let layout is equal to layout eGUI layout job simple. We have our text, which is just going to be s2string. Our font ID, we have to figure out how to get one of these guys. I always forget. Where does he come from? I think probably like style on the UI has some sort of way to like extract font IDs. Fonts. Read access only to fonts. Okay, so UI fonts. Can we like get just like what's our like? I just want to know like what like the label font is. Layout, blah blah blah, glyphs, blah blah blah. No, this doesn't feel like it. Probably in style somewhere. In the styling, we might have text styles. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So, UI style, subtitle style. We need the text styles for body. Yeah. So we just look up the text style at body. And then this will give us a font ID, which we can just crank the size. Like just, I don't know, 20. I don't give a shit. I just want it to be a little bigger. So now we have a font ID here. We need to pull out probably the color as well. So certainly there's going to be some sort of color somewhere in here. Style, visuals? Visuals. I remember seeing a visuals somewhere. UI visuals. Text color. Text color, here we go. So this is UI visuals text color. And then our wrap width is going to be the width of our widget. UI available width. Let wrap width is this. Okay. Then we have our layout job. Then we can we needed to go from a layout job to a galley. How do we get to a galley? I forget. Layout job, layout, UI layout. That sounds, no. Layout job, painter layout job. Yes. Layout this job in a galley. So UI painter layout job, and then we pass in the layout, and then we say let galley is equal to this thing, and can we just throw the galley in here? How do we display the galley? Paint the galley at this position. I see. Can we just I think they had like an into widget text from galley. Yeah. So then we should just be able to do UI label galley like this. Unused on thing text style needs to come from EGUI land. What else am I missing? Struct. Fuck off. What is even mad at? UI layout jobs. No, wait. What's it mad about? Invalid struct delimiters. If EGUI layout job is it's a function, use the arguments directly. Oh, I'm just high. Oops. Named function parameters. Oopies. Layout job is not an EGUI text layout job. All right. Compile errors. Text color is not a field, it's a function. And expected text style found text style. So we put a little ampersand over there. Does not implement copy. Fuck off. So we clone the font ID so we can modify it. Maybe. Come on, buddy. You can do it. You can do it. Oh. Top. What's it even doing? Is this just disk again? It is just disk again. Oh. I guess maybe I just need to get a new SSD and maybe dump video to a different disk or something. Because I don't know what the fuck makes this take so long, but it's so frustrating. And I'm sure that me bitching about it is even more frustrating, so I should just think about something fun to say while this is happening. Strip for me? Yeah, he's not even stripping anymore. I took that out yesterday because it wasn't really helping. But maybe we can put the strip back in just so that we can say strip for me.
Yo.
Okay. So we do have a galley. We do need this thing to be in a scroll area, I think. We forgot to do that. Scroll area. Okay. Scroll area. So we just want a vertical scroll area. Is this thing aliased outside? I hope so, because I don't want to do this whole thing. Vertical. And then what is it? It's probably dot show UI or something. dot show with the UI and a function. Yeah, so we say dot show, we pass in the UI, and we take a function that uses an internal UI to render this label. Like this. Boom, boom, boom. All right, Zig build. Give him a sec. He's gonna think. There we go. Look at him go. 9 seconds. That's still really bad. A lot less bad.
Yo, what's up,
Okay.
what's up? Pitch for the...
So there we go. We've got scrolling. And now, I guess the next thing to do is try to correlate click positions. So it's 2:05. We can probably get this. We can get this. So if let response is equal to this, if response, no brackets in this language, response clicked. Can we get like the position that it was clicked at? I forget. You can use self to interact to sense more things after adding a widget. No. It was like interact pointer pause. So if we were clicked, we can figure out where we were clicked. So this is the pixel pause. And now we can use the galley to extract which character position this corresponds with. So in the galley, we have rows, and do the rows tell us their X or their Y position? Rect, yes. Okay, so we're going to say, we're going to say, what? Let mute row is equal to 0, while the pixel pause is less than row, galley, rows, rows, galley, rows, row. If the rows row, does the rows row? Rows. Did the rows rise if you row? I'm gonna stop. Then we look at the rectangle in here, and we look at the bottom. So while we are less than the bottom, or no, while we're less than the top, row plus equals 1, then we should be at the row that we're at. We do the same thing for the call. Let call is equal to 0, I guess. I don't know. And while... Now this should be pixel pause y. While pixel pause x is less than the galley dot rows row glyphs call pause x. Sure, something like that. Call plus equals 1. Something like that. Not 100%. Here we should also accumulate the character position. So let car pause is equal to 0. These all have to be mutable, by the way. And why not we put these next to each other? That makes more sense. And here our car pause plus equals the number of characters in the row. Section index at start. This is included in case there are no glyphs. It's not really what I want. I guess it's just glyphs.len. Galley, rows, row, glyphs, len. This is assuming a one-to-one mapping of glyph to character, which might not be true. Oh, no, it is. Okay, sick. Because the glyph has the same character in there. Thank God. Thank God. And then here, car pause plus equals 1. So after all of this, we should have a character position, and we should be able to say CWTM. Fuck. I forget. If only I could remember everything. Get time for our self WTM at this car pause as you see before. And then we can just say that we have some time, let PTS equal this, and we can just ask for that PTS to be suck to. No, we don't suck the PT. Oh god, that one wasn't even intentional. Okay, self action tx send GUI actions seek to this PTS unwrap, and maybe that actually works. There's like a non-zero chance that works. There is a also much greater than zero chance that it doesn't work. But it might. That'd be cool. This needs to be .0. A bunch of complaints about brackets. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. We can't reuse the galley here. So can we maybe say and galley so that it like uses it without consuming it? Is that allowed? Fuck. And star galley. Wait, it's telling me I can do and star. Which is, of course, reasonable Rust code.
Yo.
Okay. It's doing something, but it's not doing what I would expect. Right? You can see the yellow bar kind of moving. Like if I click over here and then click here, it's going... Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Okay, so can we maybe figure out... Let's like print out which character we think we clicked on. Well, let's just actually print out a bunch of stuff. Stood debug print. Is this the right language? No. Galleys and arcs, you can just clone it. Oh, that's a really good point as well. Really good point. Okay, so we got... Oh, wait. We need to... This is to be offset from the galley rect position. Pixel pause is in, like, window space, but galley is in galley space. I bet. We can check that. We'll just say for now, we will... Pixel pause is a debug thing, and galley... first row rect is something as well. And I don't have to do this in this language either. We just actually just pass in the thing, so it's pixel pause and galley rows 0 rect. This will give us a clue. This will give us a clue.
Yo.
Okay, so if I click at the very top here, I'm getting pixel pause 600x, but the rectangle for the galley is 0. So I need to look at where this thing got laid out and subtract that. So I want to go response.rect.top pixel pause y minus equals that and x minus equals this, and this has to be mutable. Let's see if that looks a little bit worse. Saying fuck, it never works. I didn't write semicolons, and this actually shouldn't be top. This should be left. Let's try that again. Let's try it again.
Yo.
Okay, click here, and we got pixel pause. Wait, still not working, but this is what we're more saying. Pixel pause 2.6, galley first row goes from 0, 0 to 35, 23. So we should, at the very least, if I click here, let's see what character position we get. So let's print out. Here, I guess here we'll say row. Oh, we can even write this. I forgot. This language lets you do this. Call, car pause. Wow, it's so easy. Side note, do you guys know how the fuck that's implemented? Is that like a compiler special built-in macro? Oh, I guess like you could at compile time you could walk the string, and since you're a macro, you can just embed whatever the fuck you want from the surrounding context. But that's not like, I guess if it's written as like procedural macro, I think that's possible. I wonder if you could write print line yourself. And I wonder, like with the inlining of the variable names, and that would be a wacky stream. Procedural macros seem like such hell. I was thinking for a second it would be fun to try that, but I just decided that it wouldn't be fun to try that. That would actually be very unfun, and I would never want to do that. Okay, so 0, 0. My rows and my columns are actually never... They're kind of hard-coded at 0, so this while loop is like fucked. But foo.bar is impossible, cannot be done, no, no. I guess it doesn't let you do that. But yeah, I guess like if you could look at foo, why couldn't you look at foo.bar? Maybe like it's like a syntax thing because like it doesn't know if you're doing like a decimal precision or dereferencing something. Okay, so why didn't this work? While pixel pause y is greater less than this thing. Well, first of all, the pixel pause y never moves. Oh, but the row does. Okay, so while the y is less than this is the other way around. That's why. This should be while the row is less than pixel pause y. And this should be less than pixel pause x. Maybe someday I'll think before I write instead of just writing conditions and then checking them later. Like, I feel like this like method of just being like, I don't know, throw shit at the wall and then fix it after, it must result in more bugs. It has to. I think you can do a lot with Rust macros. T.S. Oding did something very wacky some time ago. I don't remember what he did, but it was very, very wacky. I like that. The takeaway wasn't like, what did he do? The takeaway was just like, what the fuck, man? That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Dude. Take a sip of water. At least this time it's Rust that's taking a long time to compile and Zig, not Zig that's taking a long time to compile. So people aren't being like, wow, fuck Zig. Now they're being like, wow, fuck Rust. Which I guess I'm more okay with. Because I feel like Rust is bigger. You're allowed to punch up. You're not allowed to punch down. I guess I'm not punching down at either of them, though, because they're both way bigger than me. Dude, 1 minute. Holy shit. I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
Yo,
Okay.
it's a...
Wait. That's like doing something. Okay, so here I clicked on this W and I got Carpage 28. 1, 2. I don't want to fucking count characters. I don't want to count characters. Okay, so, but wait. If I click on the F in fancy, I'm getting to 432. And we can actually just look here and see where the fancy is. Or let's just we'll go the other way. So welcome is at 2.1. .4, so not quite right. What is it 1.4? Nothing? Oh, no, these are... Oh, 1.4 is here. 1.4 is what? What's up on the last what's up? Welcome is at 2.1. So I'm 1 row behind. No. Yeah, because if I click on everybody... If I click on today, we get 2.1, which is where the welcome should be. If I click on the E, I'm going to 1.4, which is this what's up. And if I click on this, I'm also at 1.4. Okay. Welcome working is taking me to 2.1. Oh, hold on. Is the center of the cursor in the same spot? I think so. Okay, so this is... Let's look again. So this is at pixel pause 0, 0, and we get character pause 17 clicking on this. So that's wrong. Row 1, call 1 is totally wrong. Bottom maybe here? That makes more sense to me. So while the row bottom is less than the pixel position, then we consider that the row we clicked on. Okay. Then down here, while the column X is less than the pixel pause, we increase the column. So if we are left of the... We are going to pick the first character that's to the right of us. So maybe we need to do something like plus the width of the glyph. Glyph. And this is going to be size X, probably. Yeah. Let's try that. Not 100% sure, but couldn't you configure it to not generate the debug symbols in the first place instead of stripping them right after? I did try that, and I couldn't get it to work.
What's up with
But I didn't try very hard. Okay, so this is character pause 1. Character pause 0. Wait, okay, character pause 0 still here, which isn't good. But wasn't our text supposed to be bigger? Wasn't our text supposed to be, like, big? Yeah, we increased the font size to 20. So why isn't it using that? Can we... Maybe we don't want to use label here. Can we try maybe just using the painter directly and painting the galley? So we'll do something like UI allocate rect, or response, allocate response, I think. Oh, we're in ePaint now. I want to go back to eGUI. Allocate response. So we have this desired size. So allocate response at this thing, which is the galley size. Galley rect. Dot something. Size? Size? Do I have a size on here? Does resize change back to the font size, the default font size? I don't think it should. I think that it's probably taking the text in the galley and doing something stupid with it. Like it must not, because like this layout is already been done. Size, here we go. It's rect.size. Okay. Then we just say UI.painter. Something. There's like galley. Yeah, we just call galley at the response dot rect dot galley. So this is, we want to render this galley at this position, where the position is probably the top left corner. So eGUI pause to response rect left, response rect top. We lose this galley that we laid out already. And color 32 white. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Let's see if this does something more sane. Well, first it has to compile, so we need to use a sense here. So eGUI sense, and we want to look for click. Drag. True. Look for clicked. True. I think it's click, drag, and something. Click, drag, and focusable. I guess for now we'll just do click. We won't do drag right now. And focusable, false. Color 32 white, right? So color 32 is eGUI color 32 because I haven't imported it. And galley has been moved again. Fuck me. Oh, you said I can do a galley clone. I agree. Except I have to do, I think they like it better when I do arc clone galley like this. Which maybe I need to then include arc or something. I don't remember where it is. It might be in sync. Arc here. It's been a second. It's a hard life. All right. Let's see if that's... Is it big now?
Yo, what's
okay,
up, what's
nice.
up?
Nice. Okay, so if I click here...
What's up? Welcome back.
Welcome back? So... Most at 15.75? Oh, baby. Oh, hell yes. Hell yes. So if I click here on everybody... Oh, fuck. There's something wrong with the sound seeking. That sucks. Oh, that's so annoying.
Today we're working on editor, and the topic for today is trying to work on a little bit of like a fancy timeline implementation.
Fancy.
So, pitch for the project.
Yeah, there's another bug in there, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to the right spot. Pretty sure. We can check. We can check by opening the same video in VLC and correlating the timestamps.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back, everybody. Today we're working on my video editor.
Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to go all the way there. But let's just click on like today. That brings us to 673.
Today is trying to work.
So that seems about right. I don't have like sub-second timestamps there, but fancy is at 8.5. So that's going to be like here.
See timeline implement.
Yeah, that's fucking working. That's fucking working. That's so fucking sick. Yeah, that's so sick. Is this running in debug mode? Yes, but it shouldn't be that slow. There's something happening. Like FFmpeg is compiled and release. There's a bug where I'm feeding too much audio. There's something wrong. This shouldn't be happening because when we were playing with Big Buck Bunny, it was way better. But I guess on Big Buck Bunny, it was way lower res. So maybe there's something there. We could try. You know what? Let's just fuck it. De-optimize equal to release safe. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see. Maybe you're right. Maybe like the mem copies are just killing us, or the allocations are killing us. I'm trying to think. Like I don't think we're doing any big allocations there, but we might be. We might be. We'll give them a second to think. It would be cool to like see it working perfectly. I was just curious. Yeah, I mean, but you don't worry. You can't make me do something I don't want to do. If I don't want to do it, I'll just say fuck you. But I do want to do it. So, does Whisper detect any words when playing Bunny? That's a good question. We'll find out. Maybe not today. I'm a little short on time. I've only got like 5 minutes before I really have to go. So I think I just want to try this one last experiment, run this thing in release, and see if we can get a demo of it working like for real. Because that'd be super cool.
Yo, what's up, buddy? Today we're working.
No, there's a bug.
We're on a little bit of like
there's a bug, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure it's jumping to the right spot. So that's really good progress for today. Like really good. I'm really happy with that. Yeah, it's super cool. Yeah. Oh, it's so sick. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, we stream at most days around 2 o'clock Pacific time. Right now, we're working on this video player, or video editor, I should call it. But there's a lot of other stuff. If you're curious, there's a YouTube channel linked in the Twitch description where we have playlists for everything that we've worked on so far. So you'll see things like operating system, video editor, neural network for text, image to text, terminal emulator, zlib implementation, QR code decoder, 3D engine for our stream intro screen. Lots of stuff in there. If you want to go check it out, there's a GitHub link in the Twitch description as well, where all of the code is also there for all the same stuff. So it's available. If you're on YouTube, there should be a Twitch link in the YouTube description where you can swing by and say hi if you're online on the hours between the hours of 2 and 4 o'clock Pacific time most days. Like, subscribe, Twitch Prime. And let's say bye to YouTube, and Twitch viewers, let's figure out who to raid.